the rider that won $500 the last race and beat Earl Roloff, lining up in the back of the row. I hope they move him up a little bit. It looks like they are now. We're having a delay on the line here because these riders aren't quite sure their grid positions. To stop the further delays, riders, before you go out there, make sure of your grid positions and don't go up there and ask the officials where you're pitted. That's your responsibility to find out where you're pitted on the grid. In front with possibly 55, Chris Mallory breathing down their neck. Here we go. Russ Miller gets off to a good start, goes way to the inside, and it seemed to be pretty lucky for him. He took the lead. I don't think you've heard the last of Domay, though. He should be rolling up there very shortly. Here we go in the 750 class. Look for bike number 1, Earl Roloff. Oh, Roloff got a bad start, and look at that. He's just being developed by the whole field. Roloff right now is dead last as they go into turn number 1. Oh, this should be interesting. Let's see if Roloff picks his way up. He's already picked off 2 riders going around 1, and he's picked off another one as he heads between 2 and 3. Oh, what a ride this is going to be. Roloff could be in for the ride of his life now. Remember, $500 on the line from Kawasaki, so he's going to want to be right up there in the thick of it. And right now, Roloff is way in the back, and look at him take that outside line. He is just placing 1 rider, 2 riders at a time, and already he's down in the middle of the pack. Oh, Roloff got a horrible start, and now we're going to check his progress through the field. Coming down here is the open bikes, and already it's Russ Miller out in front with Domay now this time trailing him with Chris Mallory running in third, just as we predicted. Then comes the rest of the field. But right now it's a little different. Domay's got his work cut out for him as Russ Miller gets the early jump on the field on that Yoshimura Suzuki, and of course Domay on the Suzuki Glendale sponsored machine. Both those riders on Michelin tires running 1-2 around turn number 2 right now. And let's check out the lead in that 750 class. It's Glenn Smith, the rider out of Texas, with a big, big lead right now. And we're looking for Roloff. Roloff is now 10th. He's now dispatched the rider, and he's up in the 9th. So he's starting to pick them off one at a time. I don't think he's going to catch Glenn Smith, however, the rider out of Texas. But right now, Roloff's up in the 9th place as they go into lap number 2. Here they come, Russ Miller with the lead. James Domay running in second spot, and boy, I think Domay is going to have a tough time this time. Chris Mallory in a very lonely third. He's going to have a very easy third place run for himself if he holds that position. In fourth spot, coming down here right now, it's going to be 588. And that's going to be David Frederick on a Suzuki, so Suzuki's holding down the top 4 positions. 157 was Elvis Pankey running in the 5th spot, and he was also on a Suzuki. Rider off hard in turn number 9, and that, he rode it back in. He didn't fall, but Roloff is coming back into the paddock area. He's going to be out of the race. Earl Roloff is pulling it back in, so he might have seen a lot of what happened in front of him there. But we got a rider down over there in the turn number 9 area, and Roloff is right next to Roloff. But Roloff survived it and pulls it back into the paddock area. He was definitely one of the leaders in that 750 class. Here comes your lead. In the overall position right now is still Miller and Domay, but Domay took the lead in the turns. It was only on the straightaway when Russ Miller got by him. Mallory's still running in third. Glenn Smith now off to an easy win. It looks like he's going to pick up another $500 from Kawasaki. If he can hold that position down, he'll take home $1,000 this weekend. So a very profitable weekend by the El Paso, Texas rider. He can make more money out here in one day than he can working for a month. Formula 2 bikes up to the pre-grid, please. Formula 2 bikes up to the pre-grid. Let's get the Formula 2 bikes up to the pre-grid. Okay, I want to mention there was 2 riders that went down out there. That was David Kelmanson on a Suzuki, bike number 176, and bike number 4, Craig Beecher. Both those riders went down over there in the turn 9 area. Our leaders are going around turn number 2 right now. It still looks like it's Russ Miller in the lead. Domay still holding down second spot. 4:15, Glenn Smith now got a pretty sizable lead in that 750 class. I want to mention you guys better start securing your tarps down here in the paddock area. We're starting to the wind is kicking up and it's starting to flip some tarps right on over. So check your tarps very carefully and kind of cinch them down a little bit or fold them up all together and pack them away. Let's see if Russ Miller can hold on and do a number on James Domay. If he does, it'll be the first time. Domay is on a hot streak as far as racing in that GSX National Cup Series race. He's one of the best riders out there. He's always finishing in the top 3. We have 946, that's Nelson Allen, 946, Nelson Allen on the Yamaha. Please report to the starter, please. Here come your leaders down the front straightaway. That Yoshimura machine, and Domay is going to have to try and ride him down now on this last lap. Let's see what happens as they hit around turn number 1. On the last lap, Russ Miller holding on to the lead with Domay. Oh, look at Domay picking up all kinds of real estate around these turns as they come up into turn number 2. And as they break for 3, he's clawing up a little bit more on him. Boy, they both know this is the last lap. Domay trying to find a way around Miller, and Miller knows he's going to try it. Here they go for the last time up on top of the hill. Miller on that Yoshimura Suzuki. Domay on the Suzuki of Glendale sponsored machine. Here they come down the hill for the last time. Look at this. Domay is all over him now on the rear wheel. He's going to try and get around him. He's going to at least try to get into the draft, but it's going to be tough. Watch the horsepower on Miller's bike. Here they come. Down the back straight for the last time. Look at Miller start motoring away. Miller's motoring away, but look at Domay comes back into the turn. Into turn number 8. horsepower, takes the win. Domay gets second spot. I think Domay knew it was inevitable because that motorcycle has a lot of horsepower, and Miller just picked it up a notch, and Miller takes his first win of the day. So Russ Miller beats out James Domay in a great race in that 715 Open Mod Prod event. Once again, Formula 2 bikes up to the pre-grid, please. Formula 2 bikes up to the pre-grid. And I guess in that 750 class, Glenn Smith's going to take home another $500, so there's $1,000. Kenny Kopecky, can you go back to your to the Cycle City truck, please? Please go back to the Cycle City truck. Yeah, evidently you sold a motorcycle, so get back there.